4 defeats in a row under 3 different managers. Let me know who you think's to blame, the players or the manager. Let me know in the comments down below. Enjoy the video. So another defeat for City. Mark Hughes couldn't get anything out of the players that he had in hand. It were basically the same team that Mark Truman mustered up on Tuesday night, apart from Tom Elliott for Theo Robinson, who came off in the 10th minute anyway. So when you look at the game as a whole, we didn't play too bad, especially in the first half. I think, the players thrived off the fans, and Rocking was validated for the first time in years. But then they scored after Matty Foles' mistake. It wasn't his first today, but he ain't a centre back. He's more of an attacking left back anyway. But he had a shocking game today, did Matty Foles. Who's to blame for that? Is it Mark Truman and Hughes for playing him as a centre back and trusting him there? But I think 5 at the back suits this team that we've got because of injuries. There's not really any wingers, and 3 in midfield with no width isn't what we want to see. But when you've got Walker, Vernon, Pereira, and Angol injured, and Isa, we're our best wingers in the club all out injured, then we can't really play with width. And then when I thought we were going to change it with width with Gilead and Evans out wide, it was more of a diamond because neither of them were really wide or out in the width. So I think when you look at what both of the managers have in hand, then playing this system, it does work. But I think today what we can take away is Cook and Robinson did not look like they were on the same wavelength at all. You look at Cook and Angle, they know where each other are going to be, they know what the runs are going to make, they know where the ball's going to be after it touches Cook. Whereas Robinson and Cook, they looked all over the place and they didn't seem to have any connection with each other. I saw Robinson turn around and went mad at Cook, and I think the problem was, in that game, Cook were trying really hard, Robinson wasn't getting onto any of his balls, and then when Robinson were doing the same, Cook wasn't there. It was just like they didn't get on. But when you look at that game, you realise how much we miss the players who are out injured. Walker, Angol, Isa. Even though we haven't seen him, we know what he can be at Scunthorpe. We really did miss our players who are out injured. And when you look at it, we've had 4 defeats under 3 managers, like I said. Who's to blame? Is it the players for not putting the effort in, or are we just unlucky with injuries like we seem to be all the time? We seem to be getting loads of injuries every season and loads of managers, so does this problem delve deeper? But I think today as a whole you've got to look at the individual errors. The first one from Matty Foles, and then I don't know how the second goal really went in. It looked to be a bit scrappy with Matty Longstaff. He pulled a shot off and it looked to get deflected. The ball seemed to go straight down the middle, so it must have took a deflection for Bass not to save it. But away in the cup it's hard to really see, but it looked very scrappy. But we were poor today, and it were a game we need to look at and pull ourselves together and we've got a full week now to prepare for Swindon. We need to pull ourselves together and find out what Mark Hughes' system is. I believe that want really his formation, want his players, just a team where he can see who he likes and who he don't like. I think my man of the match has to be Alex Gilead, like the sponsor give it to. He put loads of effort in down that left side, and he'll look more comfortable coming inside. But is he a wing back? Was he getting back enough? Second half he was getting back and supporting forwards, which is good because in the first half he got isolated and he was getting done. For pace and for strength, he was making mistakes all over the show. It was annoying when Mansfield scored their first goal because it came from a long ball over the top, which Folds couldn't get a hold of. And then he got done for pace and got skinned on the left side, and then it was a good finish, but their only out ball in that first half was to hoof it over the top of our defence and try and catch us in behind. And it worked, but it wasn't deserved. I felt like we were in control of the game, and then they kept trying to do these long balls, and then one of them came off, and then the pace of Oates caught folds, and it was a good finish in the end. But you know, then we really fell. We fell off a cliff then, and Mansfield took control of the game, and we looked like ourselves, you know, where we just lack confidence. But it'll come, and I'm sure that Hughes will assess what he's got this week, and we'll be better on Saturday because we've had a full week training. And I'm confident that we'll get something against Swindon because of that. And obviously a short-term thing. It was short-term. One training session he had with the players. He had to go off Truman's word. And yeah, but I think Evans came on and looked good. I think that obviously Daly went missing, and so did Cook when he came in. I have a problem with us playing with an attacking midfielder when we're not giving them the ball. We've played with attacking midfielders this season. Neither who's playing there have really been given the ball enough. I think we looked good when we interchanged with Walker, Daly and Gilliard. They looked alright then, but the attacking midfielders getting nothing. Absolutely nothing. I think Daly had the ball twice and did well with it when he had it, but they need to be more involved, whether that's Daly and Cook's fault for not coming deeper, but you don't want them to be deep, and you want them to get on the ball more. And I think that's probably a system problem in this league, having an attacking midfielder to get out the game too easily. So I think back five works in a way because you can press and you can come forward a bit more because you have that cover at the back. But you know, I think we need to ditch the cam, maybe get another centre mid in who can try and keep the ball a bit better. But you know, I think we do need to stop playing with a number 10 because they're not getting on the ball and they're not being effective when they get the ball because of it. But let me know what you thought on the game. It will 2-0 defeat. It was kind of deserved in the second half, but I'm sure next week will be a lot better. We'll have a full week's training session, like I said, and let's see what we can do. Have a good one.